In this coaching session, we're going to take a look at one of my personal favorite decks, Desperado with Master of Destiny. With the new Carotene card, this deck is one of the best in the meta right now, like an auto win versus many top decks. So without further ado, let's take a look at the matchups. So first of all, we are playing against Blue Eyes. So Blue Eyes is a really easy matchup for this deck, right? Because I'm maining 3 Quarantine, right? So if I open Quarantine, it would be really. I'm also going first. If I open Quarantine, it'll be really tough for my opponent to come back, right? Because they had to rely on their summons. Blue Eyes had to rely on their summons to make any sort of plays, right? So in this case, I didn't open Quarantine, but I did open Fortress, right? I just discarded Barrel Dragon, right? Give me Discharge, because I can negate one of his cards, right? In this case, I negate his card costness, right? So this is huge, because now I deny like a +1, right? And now it's like a -2. Right. This is really the power of Discharge. So yeah, end phase he just used before he used the effect of Whitestone, right? I just use Fiend Comedian, right? Fiend Comedian to banish the Whitestone before resolving its effect. So now I'm in a really good spot, right? I just go for OTK. Get no place, right? Out of that Spirit Curable, which I can negate. I have a chance to negate, but in this case, because I use all my guarantee coin flips, I couldn't negate it. But next turn he couldn't do anything. So it's an easy victory. Next up, we have Solid Dragons, right? So Solid Dragon is a much tougher matchup, right, for this deck. Because Quarantine doesn't really do much against it. So if whenever I'm in a matchup like this, right, I expect it's gonna be a long game, right? If my opponent opens well. So I just try to play the long game, right, basically. But I did open 2 combo ace, which is really nice, right? 2 power ways, basically. I draw 4, right? So right now I'm in a pretty big card advantage. I discarded Desperado, right? I don't need it in my hand because I have the super body anyways. So I have the Misjudge, right, to negate 1 effects. And I have the Fiend Comedian for the Levinier, right? Even though I didn't negate because I don't have the guarantee coin toss, right? There's still a big chance, right? It's still 50-50. So you did have the Malady, which is not the best situation right now. I use Fiend Comedian immediately, right? I don't want him to summon Levinier. I want to deny it as soon as possible, right? Because once Levinier is summoned, it's really hard to stop Solid Dragons, right? That's their engine. That's their key to victory, basically. I didn't get it right. I didn't get Fiend Comedian right. Again, I didn't have the guaranteed coin toss, right? So I lost the coin toss, and but I was able to mill some cards, right? Mill 4 cards to be exact. I milled Desperado, right? On the search for my Twin Barrel Dragon, right? So I mean, I just keep making sure I have enough card advantage, right? Just making sure I have enough card advantage for a potential comeback next turn, right? I know this turn I'm gonna lose a lot of cards, right? it's just the power of Veneer, right? So you summon Levinier, right? Pop the cards. I don't want to use Super Body in this case because I want him to pop the Super Body, right? If I use Super Body on Desperado, he can pop the Desperado, right? Then I wasted a Super Body. So this is really key, right? You want to make sure you always save your power cards for the right moments, as you can see in a sec. So he has a Hawk, right? I know he's going for OTK for sure this turn. But I did have the Temperance, so I was able to survive, right? Down to 800 life points. So now, I know I have Silver Body. I know I have Desperado in the graveyard, right? I top deck the Fortress, a live Fortress. So I know I have a chance to OTK right now, right? If everything has to go right for me to OTK, right? Which means the Twin Barrel has to pop the Dragon Duel, which I did, luckily in this case, right? And I know I have the window to go for OTK right now because of the Desperado, right? Because Fortress and Twin Barrel Dragon is lethal right here. I can just bet on Desperado's 2 coin toss, right? That are heads. If I get 2 heads, then I win the game, right? Right here. And I get it. But that's what's amazing about this deck, right? Like, if luck is on your side, you can beat any deck in the meta. Next up, we're playing against Dark Horse. So Dark Horse is after the addition of Seraph, right? Seraph, Chair, and the monster, right? The search engine. It has become really strong, right? It has it can consistently open a really overpowered combo, right? Some overboards and just go off from there, right? Draw a lot of cards, right? Draw like at least 3 cards. Turn 1. So I mean this is a really strong addition for Dark Horse, right? They can draw a lot of cards on the first turn and they can disrupt their opponent's hands on the first turn. So I really need to bank on them not to open the combo, right? Or I did open 2 combo A's, which is nice. So I can definitely play against. Even if he open a combo, I can play around it, right? In this case, they didn't open a combo, which is good for me. But they did have the banishment, right? The Dark Hole engine, which is really strong as well. Keep in mind that the Dark Hole engine really, I would say, really ended the Desperado era, right? Before the first time around, right? So something to keep in mind, right? Because the engine is really strong, and especially this card, right? Sanctified, it just really stops most meta decks, right? Obviously, I'm going to draw 4, right? In this case, so this is good. I have 2 fortresses on the field. Keep this guy Desperado, right? I have a super body, so I don't need the Desperado in my hand. So I summoned the Mischarge right away, right? And he used the Sanctify right away last turn, right? Because he didn't want to get negated by Mischarge, right? So he was low on life points, and if he gets negated, then he's in a really bad spot, right? So in this case, I destroy his monsters, right? Destroy the Test and Scepter. So all he has left is the Eggshell, right? He has Contact. I was able to negate Contact as well, which is huge, right? Now he has to rely on Eggshell's effect to revive from graveyard. I use Head Judging. So in this situation, if he costs the wrong coin toss, right? He just loses the game right away. That's the power of Head Judging right here. It can make my opponent auto lose the game, right? Just by calling wrong, right? So really strong. And one of the most important reasons why Desperado is one of the top decks right now, right? So right here, right, he called it right, and he was able to survive it. Some of the test again, and some desire. He doesn't want to attack because he doesn't want to have the space for me to use super body, right? But then I can just attack into him, right? It's the same scene. So he made a mistake right here, right? By summoning Desire in attack mode, I just crash my fortress into his Desire, right? And basically just pop 2 cards. So I mean, this is a pretty big mistake on his end, right? And pop his eggshell right here, and then summon Desperado. Now I can go for game, right? By using Desperado effect. With no protection from eggshell, I can pop the Desire and just attack for game. Last but not least, we have TG, the new deck of the meta, right? Tech Genius with an Antinomy, right? So Antinomy is one of my favorite characters right now. I use him for Thunder Dragons, right? Because he has a level duplication as well. So in this matchup, Tech Genius is really strong because he can make really strong first turn openings, right? You can summon the Herod, which is a level 12 synchro, I believe, and it's really strong. It can negate any summon, right? And this is really hard for many top decks to deal with, right? Really tough for many top meta decks to deal with. So I know TG is weak against traps, right? I know that's why they main deck a lot of lands and MST as well, because their main goal is to protect the monster, right? By this guy, Halberd, right? Halberd Cannon. So again, this card can negate the summon, right? And destroy any monster. So this is really strong. And if it gets destroyed, he can summon another TG monster, right? So I don't want to waste any resources going second. I know I have the carbon cut. I know Hopper is a machine, right? I can use super body. I have Fiend Comedian as well. So I'm really in a really good spot, right? So he lands his Hopper. I change the super body, right, to summon Fortress. And now he attacking the Fortress, right? I change Fiendish Comedian, Fiend Comedian. Banish all his graveyard, right? Now he can summon any monster back. So now I just have more coverage right now. I'm free to pop his Hopper Cannon with Fortress, right? And now all he has left is a Wonder Magician, right? I top the Misjudge, summon Fortress, and again, this is an easy victory. Subscribe at Victory Gaming for more amazing coaching videos like these.